Now, power in different types of AC circuits. When phi is 0, I told you, when phi is 0, voltage and current are in phase. So, power P will be equal to Vm Im by 2, isn't it? Because we know that power P is equal to Vm Im by 2 into cos phi. Right? So, in this expression, when phi equal to 0, cos phi will be cos 0 is 1. So, power P will be equal to Vm Im by 2, and it will be a purely resistive circuit. Now, when this phi is equal to pi by 2, power P will be equal to 0, because cos pi by 2 is 0, and it will be an inductive or resistive circuit. Sorry, it will be an inductive or capacitive circuit, because the power associated with capacitive circuit is, sorry, when this phi is pi by 2, when this phi is pi by 2, the power will be 0, because cos pi by 2 is 0, and it will be an inductive circuit. When phi is pi by 2, current lags behind the voltage and power will be 0, it will be an inductive circuit. And when phi equal to minus pi by 2, again cos minus pi by 2 is cos pi by 2 itself, so it will be 0, so power will be 0, and it will be a capacitive circuit, because when phi is minus pi by 2, voltage lags behind the current. When voltage is lagging, then it will be a capacitive circuit. And LCR circuit, for LCR circuit, phi, expression for phi is tan inverse Xc minus XL by R, and power dissipation occurs only in a resistive circuit, because for inductive and capacitive circuit, power dissipation is 0. And at resonance, what is the condition for resonance in LCR? It is Xc is equal to XL, and when Xc is equal to XL, phi will be equal to 0. So, power P is equal to Vm Im by 2. Again, there will be maximum power dissipation in LCR circuit also. So, when we compare different circuits, AC circuits, we can see power dissipation occurs for resistive circuit and LCR resonant circuit. Okay, so the power dissipation for LCR, just LCR circuit, is non-zero but less than the maximum value. Okay. Now, what is LC oscillations? LC oscillation is a phenomena associated with an LC circuit. LC circuit means a circuit which consists of an inductor and a capacitor in series. So, on the figure you can see a capacitor and an inductor connected in series. So, this is an LC circuit. And the oscillations between the inductor and the capacitor are referred to as LC oscillations. So, when AC voltage is applied to this capacitor, it will first charge and then will discharge. Again, it will charge and discharge. This process keep on continuing. Why? Because you know, once the capacitor is fully charged, it will discharge. Okay, and once it is fully discharged, it starts to charge again. So, this charging discharging process will keep on continuing. So, this forms a type of oscillations. Okay, so that is LC oscillations. So, when the capacitor is fully charged, what will happen? It will start discharging, and that charge is transferred to the inductor. During the time of discharge, the charges discharged from the capacitor or the charges leaked from the capacitor is transferred to the inductor, which is connected to that capacitor. Okay, that means in the previous figure we can see this is the capacitor. So, when this capacitor starts to discharge, all the charges will be leaked to the inductor. All the charges are transferred to the inductor. Okay, this is the inductor. And because of the change in current, there will be a change in magnetic flux. So what happens? Due to this charging and discharging, the current flowing through the inductor will change. So the magnetic flux linked with the inductor also change. And whenever the magnetic flux changes, there will be an EMF induced in the inductor. And that induced EMF is given by E equal to minus L into di by dt. And this self-induced EMF will try to oppose the growth of the current. As a result, when the capacitor gets completely discharged, all the energy stored in the capacitor will now be stored in the inductor. You got the point? So whenever the capacitor is fully discharged, all the charges are transferred from the capacitor to the inductor. So that means the energy is now completely stored inside the inductor. All the energy which was stored in the capacitor will now be stored in the inductor. And you know, the energy stored in the capacitor was electrical energy, but the energy stored in inductor will be magnetic energy. So when the capacitor discharges, the electrical energy is converted to magnetic energy, isn't it? Because the energy stored in the capacitor, that was the electrical energy, is now stored in the inductor. That means it is now in the form of magnetic energy. So the capacitor will become fully discharged, and whereas the inductor will be storing all the energy when the capacitor is discharged. As a result, now the inductor will start charging the capacitor. So once the capacitor is fully discharged, it will start to charge again. Okay, and the inductor will charge this capacitor again. And now what happens? The energy stored in the inductor will be transferred to the capacitor. So now capacitor starts to gain energy. So the energy stored in the capacitor will start again increasing. This cycle will keep on continuing. And these oscillations are known as LC oscillations. So here we can say the energy keeps on oscillating between the inductor and the capacitor. So these oscillations are LC oscillations. Electrical field energy and magnetic field energy keep on oscillating. Okay, children, the figures on the screen helps you to understand the oscillations of energy between capacitor and inductor. See, in the first stage, the capacitor is fully charged. So the electrical energy stored in the capacitor is maximum and the magnetic energy stored in the inductor is 0. Now, once the capacitor is fully charged, it starts to discharge. So all the charges are leaked to the inductor. Now all the charges from the capacitor is transferred to the inductor. So all the energy stored in the inductor now. So now the capacitor energy, that means the electrical energy is 0. But the magnetic energy stored in the inductor is maximum. And once the capacitor is fully discharged, it will again start to charge. So now again charges start to appear in the capacitor but in the opposite direction. So again the electrical energy stored in the capacitor is maximum, but the magnetic energy stored in the inductor will be 0. So here in this stage electrical energy was maximum, magnetic energy was 0, and in this stage electrical energy was 0, magnetic energy was maximum, and here in this stage electrical energy again becomes maximum and magnetic energy becomes 0. So the energy keeps on oscillating between the electrical field energy and the magnetic field energy, and this phenomena is known as LC oscillations. Okay. Children, with this I am concluding this session. Notes of the topic and YouTube video have been uploaded. Just go through it. We will meet in the next session. Till then, take care all of you. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.